This is a quick talk. I ain't gonna stay long. Man, listen now. I get live today just to let you guys know exactly what's going on in my world, because I've been out again and I'm working in several projects. But it's Women Month. This month is Women Month, so I'm almost done with a episode. This is another animation coming up, probably coming up later on today. I'm gonna release it. Appreciate you, Vera. So I'm gonna release another. I mean, this is for women, okay? And it's actually a story about the Califia, as they call it, Califia. It's a Creole word, okay? So we talk about the indigenous warrior, okay? All the women that fought for the empire, okay? And they rebrand these women. They change their story and they repackage it. But in this one I'm coming up with, it's coming up later on tonight. Friends, what up, brother? What's good? And I'm gonna show, this video dedicate for all women this month, but also the strong women, okay? The one that they call the Amazon. The Amazon women was here in America, okay? And these women was Imperium soldiers. Today they rebranded and they repackaged it. They sold this as so-called the Wakanda women, or the Wakanda warrior protectors and stuff. But all of this was stuff that happens here. And these women in Voodoo, even in Voodoo, a lot of people don't know the knowledge about these women. But they call them, the original name is called Marinet. Okay, Marinet. It's a name that most people in the Voodoo pantheon will know about a guardian spirit, or about a spirit that some people will tell you this is a very evil spirit, and this spirit is known for devastations and all crap, you know, because they don't know the history. But the name Marinet is a Creole word, mean marriage forever. Okay, these women were born to be able to protect, because they were what you call guardians. So Marinet mean marriage forever. So they marry with the spirits. So these are supernatural beings. These are powerful seers, powerful healers, and powerful sorcerers. These women were born not only as powerful sorcerers, but their job is to protect the Imperium children. That means those children that were about to be born to lead, as far as what we call the kings, the emperors. All of these children were known to be delivered by these women, and also put seals by these women. So this video is dedicated for that knowledge, because they don't talk about it, and I'm gonna talk about that in that video. It's coming up today, and that's why you guys don't see me, because animation takes a long time. Do anything that deal with animation is a lot of effort. It's a lot of time consuming. So I'm only one man. So I'm dedicated to bring excellence. I'm dedicated to bring something beautiful, something powerful, because we don't have that in our community. Everything we have is mediocre. Everything we have is someone else doing it, and they never really gave us the light to our true history. And this is why I'm gonna dedicate my life to make sure the next generation know who they are, and also our story to be heard, also our story to be, you know, packaged properly, because our story is in the hands of those invaders, or the hands of those that manipulate the story. So that's why we don't know much. So appreciate you, Lady T. Appreciate you and everybody else. So this is why you guys don't see me for the week. And also the prayer night didn't happen because I have a situation at hand. It was an emergency, because I'm dealing with work. So I have some people that I have to cater to spiritually. And that's why I have to take times away from certain things to make sure my beautiful brothers and sisters is straight. Shout out to you, Rodage. So remember, spirituality, spiritual work, that's what I do. I'm a spiritualist, okay? So I'm a priest. So I do this for a living. So I have to cater to some family members, because everybody that I deal with is a family members. And I have to cater to make sure everything is cope before I come back here. So that's why you guys don't see me for another 2 weeks. So again, I'm going to be back this week, but I'm coming back later on. I'm going to release the video. You guys will be able to see it. So like I said, this is a quick live. I'm not going to bank probably an hour and a half, 2 max, but I'm banking on 1 hour and a half for the most. So let's talk about the Califia, because a lot of people know about the word Califia. And we heard about the word Califia a whole lot, and people know it's about California. And there's a drawing and pictures about the ancient Califia women, and as we call it Califia, and they said California. So remember that name is what we call when the Ottoman was here, that's how they described these women. Okay, when you said California, California is a Turks Ottoman word to describe what was taking place in these islands. Remember, when the empire got invaded, most of our women, they have to go hide. Okay, a lot of them hide in islands. Okay, so that's why you see all the islands around Americas. These were safe houses for our elite members to go and make sure that they keep the family safe while the war was going on here in the state, what we call the mainland. So again, as a lot of them fled to the Caribbeans, a lot of them fled to all over. Some of them, because remember, the empire have 5 different headquarters. So these headquarters were spread all over the places. You have headquarters that was here in the mainland, headquarters in the Caribbean, headquarters in Europe, headquarters in the Pacific, and headquarters in Asia, and including what you get Antarctica. So all of this is territory that's all been governed by one major empire that unified what we call it. They want to call it Tartaria, but this was IT Imperium, and today we know it as the Black Land, or we call it Tartaria. What we call Tar mean the black area. So that's what Tartaria means. So let's just focus to the Califia story. So now they call it California. California is a Turks, or you call Romanian terms to define what they were dealing with. Now, when you say Kali, okay, for Nia, when you said the real name is Kali 4 mean her energy is strong, okay? Kali 4, her energy is strong, Nia. So remember the word Nia, it is what we call Romanian Turks Ottoman, so that's why California, describing what was going on. Now, let's stay to the Califia. When you said Califia, it's a Creole word that said Califia. Califia mean her energy of this woman. That's what we call the feminine energy. That's what they're talking about. Okay, the women energy, the sacred women energy. Ka mean energy. Li mean her energy. Fia. So Califia. Ka mean energy. Li mean her. Fia mean the woman. So the energy of the women. So they talk about these female warriors, those women that they call today the Amazon warriors. That's who they were talking about. Peace, brother priest. Shout out to you, friends. That's who they were talking about. These women that you find in the Suriname, because now for a lot of people don't know, they rebrand these women. They call them today the Dahomey women. I mean, you already seen the movie that called Woman King, right? This is all make nonsense, okay? So, now this is the energy Ka, okay? Now let me say this again. For people that don't understand, the word Ka in indigenous Creole mean energy, okay? Kai is house. Ka, it mean energy. That's why you said, yo. That's why you say, yo, Gadon Baka. Okay, Baka mean lower energy. Okay? That's why you say Gadon Kaka. Gadon energy. That mean when you said Gadon Kaka, when you mad in Creole, it mean, yo, what the hell I'm dealing with the energy. Like, what type of energy is this? That's why you say Gadon Kaka. What type of energy is this? When you meet something that's evil, you said Gadon Baka. That means there's a low energy that you're dealing with. So, okay. So now understand, Ka, okay. And let's move on. Now for people that don't understand, yeah, low vibration. So Califia, okay. That's why you find in Hindu and the Indian people, they call a goddess Kali is a woman and she's strong. Kali, her energy, okay? So when you see Kali, she's at war, cutting heads and all that. And they call it Kali, okay? Now, when you move into, like I was saying, the Califia soldiers, today they sold us, they create the story, they told us these are women that come from the Dahomey kingdom and they were fighting the Brit. All nonsense. Remember, when you said Dahomey, they talk about here. Dahomey, sorry, is in the Suriname. So the Suriname they was talking about, the Dahomey, is right here in America, in the Suriname Amazon. They talk about the empire, the imperium, all of these women that was out there fighting. This is another part in the Empire Revolution. See, they call it today Haitian Revolution, but this was when the imperium was fighting for its territory. And when the empire was fighting for its territory, everybody around the continent was fighting to preserve and to maintain our territory that was about to get confiscated by these Ottomans, or these Arab, as you call it, the Moors or the Turks, whatever name that you see fit. So now these women, they were all over. These women know how to fight. This is why you find a lot of people in Haiti, specifically the women, people they call Mambo. These are a part of the spiritual practice. They are known to be notorious sword fighting. I'm talking about machetes. They can fight like listen, man, you will never be able to understand how these women are so freaking dope, swinging machetes like no other. This is the tradition of these women that you call Marinet, these women that you call Califia. These were those women that later on they changed the story and repackage it and give us the story completely fabricated. Now, for a lot of urban legend and people that know, they talk about the war, but they give it to you a little bit different, but they understand what Marinet was known for. They told you Marinet, they trying to, they said Marinet was a person, but no, Marinet was like, yes, Dahomey, Amazon woman's. Yeah, let me show it to you again, what I'm trying to say here for some people. This is the first time that you got here. So now this is how they got them. If you watch Marvel, this is Wonder Woman. So today in Hollywood, Wonder Woman is what they gave you as far as, Marinet. So when they talk about the Amazon soldiers, the Amazon warriors, this is what they gave you. They give it to you like that. And this is what Marvel is known for, is to giving you stories of what's happens here in America. But they repackage it and give it to you differently. But again, Amazon is here in America, and also Amazon soldiers, you know who they are. We don't even need to worry about that. But, that's the point. We don't control our narratives. We don't control our story. And you know what? Since you don't have the access to produce it in a mass level, then they're going to do that. They're going to do what they want with the story. But nevertheless, this documentary that I'm doing right now, it's about the truth. It's about those women that they rechange and repackage and change completely and fabricated completely. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is what's coming out later on today. So it's going to be in Patreon. I'm going to put a little short clip on TikTok. So the TikTok clip going to be about 3 minutes, but it's about 15 minutes. So again, this is heavy work. And I've been locked down to do this. The knowledge is beautiful, but the image and the animation is even greater. So this is what it is. So this is I know you guys seen this. You guys see Wonder Woman. They talking about the Califia, okay? The women, the soldier women of the Imperium, the soldier women that fought to make sure that they don't lose their territory. And this is how they rebranded and they repackaged the story, give it to us, completely opposite to what it was. So let's talk about in the same story with Marinet, because we ended the Marinet here. Sorry, let me show you this. Look at Michael Jackson's face. That's just crazy, man. Mike is crazy. Let me show you. Where you at? Okay. So in today's fashion, when you talk about Marinet, this is what you look. This is the veve. The veve means this is the sacred sigil to evoke that spirit. That spirit is known for vengeance, war, and protection. Okay. All right. So this is for vengeance, war, and protection. So what you're looking at here, the sacred geometry. Now I want you to pay close attention to the you know, what you looking at here. What you're looking at here is just straight up what we call indigenous. This is indigenous sigil, but again, this is Egyptians. But remember, when you said Egyptians, you talk about the indigenous people. See, one thing about when people said they're indigenous, they seems to remove the Egyptians. They want to call them Egypt. Remember, here is Upper Egypt. America is Egypt. America is Tamari. Okay, so Tamari mean Tamari. That mean the laughing mother. Okay, when you said Tamari is a Creole word that said Tamari is meaning laughing mother, because America is the motherland. Okay, so this is the Voodoo Veve, and what you see here is these are symbology of what you would call Tamari, or what you would call the Egyptians. First, you saw the pyramids. Look at the base. The base is the pyramids, and look at the top, the sun. Okay, and look at the other parts of it. See, everything around them is the stars. What you call the stars. These are glimmers of ultraviolet frequencies that you're looking at in the stars. So every time you're looking at the skies at night, you're looking at ultraviolet frequency sounds that is creating what we call, I forgot the word, lack of a better word, plasma. Is actually plasma frequency that you're looking at in the stars. So in this Veve, you're looking at the base. This is the pyramids. And from the pyramid, you see one straight line. That is the energy of the pyramids that go up and connect with the sun, looking at the sun in the middle. Okay, that look at the same sun that look just like the Mayan calendar. That's why I'm telling people, voodoo, everything you find from Mesoamerica, as they want to call it, the Mayans, all this is the one tradition. All of them is all connected. This is the same people, same practice, same science that passed down to the next generation, but identified differently. 7, appreciate you, okay? It's just identified differently because there's lack of better word or lack of education. And also, you know, it has to do with the reconstruction era. Grand Rising, big homie, what up, okay? You said, made hardy, you said, but Egypt is in the Middle East and never was in America. Brother, what you find in the Middle East, this is a part of a network. Remember, what you failed to understand, the world was one. When the world was one, it was Tataria. And it was before, when you said Tataria, this is the modern time of identify how the world was. But way before we even have the Tatarian culture, our ancestors went worldwide to build these structures, because these structures is what we call generators. This is the free energy system, okay? The pyramid is a generator. It actually produces magma. I mean, it's actually amplified the magnetic field, and our ancestors build these things all over the world to do so. So again, what you find in the Middle East, it's not the Middle East, is in Africa, okay? Or Zebulon. Today, you want to call it Al-Kabalon, but it's Zebulon. Or Europa at one point, okay? What you find here, just another part of the network, okay? Today, they call it Egypt, but the original Egypt is here. The pyramids here in America is older than those pyramids over there, okay? All right, so it's way older. Yes, Kay Euthers, you said I need to have a TV show like Gaia. Yes, I'm working on something major in the future, but it's gonna take me some serious resource. But for now, go to my Patreon. I have everything over there. So anybody you want to support me, or also you want to get more knowledge, because I have archives of stuff. I have film, I have docs, I have all of the live that I've been doing on TikTok. I'll upload them there. Go to my Patreon and become a member. You'll be able to watch everything. And this is how you support me to make these animations, because nobody in the world do it like I do. This is not, I'm not bragging. I'm just claim the effort that I put out. As far as the animations, as far as the docs, as far as the movies, listen, nobody do it like I do it. Okay, so I got to be proud of my hard work. And if somebody out there doing what I'm doing, I'm going to give them honors, and I'm going to give them all sort of kudos, because it's not easy. It's a lot of effort, a lot of work, and it requires dedications, because to do this is dedications. Take times away from your family, take times away from other people that need you just to be focused and stick around and do the work. That is insane dedication. So whoever's out there doing that, I truly appreciate you. May the ancestors make your life prosper And because people like you is heavily needed for our community and people that deserve to be represented properly. So again, kudos to you and yours. But like I said, I wear this crown because trust me, nobody do it like the way I did it. Okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Patreon and go to the Angry Chief, search for the Angry Chief page, and not only you get the knowledge, but also you will be proud of the way our story been given properly, and you'll be proud of the work that I'm doing right now. And that's a fact, okay? That's a fact. So again, get back to the story. What you're looking at here is a secret geometry. This is why they demonize our knowledge. Okay, our knowledge been demonized. Our knowledge been kept secrets because of this. Because our ancestors have a secret, and the secret is within the knowledge that you're looking at here. But it's been demonized because this is mathematics. This is high. This is the highest level of mathematics. Because what you're looking at here is not only in one level of describing. This is another level. There's many layers that's taking places as you're looking at this secret geometry. It's taking shape within your subconscious and also taking shape in your DNA. Because this is symbology. This is cymatics. This is the level of science that we've been operated on before they demonize it, and now we afraid of who we are. Appreciate you, 888. We afraid of what we are. We afraid of what we need to become. We afraid of absolutely everything that we were designed to be. And that you saw, once again, this is like through our science and knowledge determine and also tell you who you are. Because if you're looking at this, anyone that looking at this, you saw, if we call this secret geometry, these are things that our ancestors pass down to the next generation. You should automatically know your true roots. Because again, this is not like, I want people to know I'm not disrespecting people that in the continent of Africa. I'm not disrespecting African. You will never get that from me. But I'm just trying to tell the truth that been confiscated and manipulated. And that's all I'm doing. So anybody that feel disrespected, it's because you want to perpetrate a lie against my people, and you want to hold on to a lie that you refuse to let go because it amplify you. Those lies give you life, but those lies hiding who we are here in America. Let me say it again. Those lies give you life, but those lies stopping my people to grow and reconnect to what they were and reconnect to the greatness that they always have, because they have a job around the world is what? They changing the world. They are trendsetters. And you see the way that everybody copy our people here in America, but the majority of the copy is for the wrong reason of today, because the state of hip hop is very detrimental to society. But again, they understand who we are, but they broadcast our people in the wrong light. And once again, it doesn't matter, just to prove you the power that we have. Even in our worst time, even in our worst moment, the world still follows us. So you just only imagine if we get back to our glory, we will bring back the golden age. We will bring back Teteria. We will bring back the gods and the God cycle once again. And that's a fact. So once again, like I was saying, this is the secret geometry about the goddess, the warrior they call Marinet. Marinet, and as a lot of people here always heard about the term, if you are voodoo, if you're into voodoo, if you know about voodoo, every time you heard the word Marinet, Bois Shesh, you are afraid. A lot of people are afraid of this name, and this is a spirit that is known as the rhythm, because you know in voodoo there's different rhythm. There's a rhythm that called pitwo, that mean the fire, that mean most of these spirit are fire elementals, and there's other rhythm that called makaya. Okay, makaya mean I will be God. And that rhythm, because we call them rhythm, because it's everything is a frequency. So there's different rhythm. There's a rhythm called pitwo, that is the element of fire. There's another rhythm called rada, that is the water. There's another rhythm that called makaya, that is the herbs, that is the earth. So all the plants and stuff, and it mean makaya. And if you saw the Maya in there, and you see the Makaya mean I will be God, because every knowledge of God is within the plants and the herbs, because the herbs is the sacred food they talk about in the Bible. When we said Makaya, this is the knowledge that they talk about in the Bible when they said the Garden of Eden. When they talk about the garden, this is the science of Makaya and voodoo. Okay, when they said Adam and Eve was in the garden, this is a science they were explaining. These were not people. Eventually, they were talking about the process taking places of using genetic sequence and using herbs also to heal and also to amplify the power of those genetics that they were splicing. So again, every secret, okay? Every secret. Shout out to the big homie out here. Shout out to the brother, man. He's doing a hell of a good job. Brother C. Maron. And he's in Martinique. He's in Martinique. And big shout out. Listen, man, the knowledge is so beautiful. We are unified the empire again because our people come from all walks of life everywhere. Amplify this knowledge, and this is what the empire was. We were one people at one. We didn't identify with little territories and flags and say, I come from here, I come from there. No, we were one people in this continent, and this is why it's so beautiful, because knowledge is coming from all walks of life, because we were one people at one point. So the knowledge is all over the place, is with us, but they make us think that if you don't speak English or if you're not from the States, you are definitely a stranger. But this is the time of the empire, and guess what? Everything is connected, and we bring the energy back, and our brothers and sisters is reconnected, and knowledge is spreading like never seen before. And this is what usher in the golden age because of that reason. So once again, shout out to the brother C. Maron to doing what he's doing, hell of a job, and my beautiful sister Vera doing a hell of a good job, also unified my peoples all over, especially in France. And this is what it needs to be happening. The empire was global, the empire was worldwide, and we are gathering the assembly. We bringing the Avengers, because we are the Avengers of the empire. This is the time of the Avengers. So welcome everyone. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are needed. And I will always send the salute and shout out to all of you guys, no matter where you from, no matter where you come. If you spread the truth and the knowledge of the Imperium, you are one of me, and I love you, and I will call the ancestors to wear a shield again around you to protect you and your family to do this great work that needs to be done. Salute everyone. So once again, this is what the rhythm was. There's many different rhythm. The first rhythm is, I don't want to say the first one of the rhythm is the fire rhythm, and this is the veve for it. It's called, appreciate you, Buto. This rhythm is called Petro. Petro mean the fire. It means the fire element. That is a rhythm in voodoo. That rhythm is dealing with war, okay? And voodoo, that rhythm is dealing with war. So this is the frequency. Once they start to play the drum, when the music start to play, when the bonfire lit up, when the energy play, we start to tap in the rhythm. As the drum is playing, guess what? Your DNA start to shift. As this secret geometry been placed on the floor, and guess what? It evoked the frequency to come down. And now all of the frequency come down is what we call the rhythm of the fire. So the element of fire start to take shape on us. And these elements have different names, but the same element. You have Ogu, that's so many spirit that vibrate in the fire element. And this is how we become one with them. This is why we call ourselves the gods, because we merge with frequency. We merge with the supernatural. We become one with them. And that is one of the spirit that they were known to be fearful, because the church was involved with this war. And what you're looking at here is the Marinet, and this is the same symbology you saw in the middle. This is the sun. That is the symbology of the indigenous people, okay? All of these indigenous people, you're going to find they have a sun in their chest, okay? All of them have the sun. The Yenga Empire that you want to call the Incas, they all have the sun in their chest, because the Yenga Empire that you want to call the Incas, they all have the sun in their chest, because the sun represent who they are. It represents what we call Ra, okay? We are the children of the sun, and this is the symbology of Ra. And this is what a lot of people don't know. This is the same thing you find in Egypt. They call God Ra. And us, when we celebrating Ra in the ancient time in Haiti Empire, we call Ra Ra. We celebrate in the dance, we call it Ra Ra. Today it's called Ra Ra. This is the ancient tradition of celebration of music. And we doing this when the sun around midday, when the sun is in its highest form and the most potent, we call it Ra-Ra. This is all indigenous traditions, but you know, we got refabricated, repackages, and resold, and we don't know who we are, but the culture's still around, the culture's still there, but we just don't know, or we suffer amnesia, if you want to call it like that. But since I'm not staying too long, I'm gonna come back, y'all. I can't stay for too long. I was not fully prepared for a full show for y'all, but I was just very brief and just run through the whole process. So as I was saying that Marinet mean, when you heard about the word Marinet, Marinet mean you are married, you married forever, okay? This is a marriage. So this is what you need to hear. Every time you hear about the word Marinet, it mean a marriage. And this is why they told you these women, there was an island fill up with women only. These women were married to the supernatural. These women were born to be in the supernatural world. This is where you get the immaculate conception. Shout out Chanel. What's good, gorgeous? No, Michelle Tan. What's good? So these women is married with the supernatural. That's why they call them Marinet. These are women that have a supernatural connection. That mean in the spiritual realm, they married with spirits. So they have no value to be with men, physical men, because they already have a vow that they took in the spiritual world. So that's why they call them Marinet. These women were known today as what you will call today as nun. So the culture of nun, this is where they get that from. When you heard the nun told you they're not dealing with men and they marry with gods, or this is where they get that tradition. They took it from the Marinet, the culture they find here. These women was not having sex with people. They were not doing that. They were born to serve the imperium. And these women were born under certain moon. They were born under certain type of timeline, and they were born to ceremonial practice. So when they come to this, okay, when they come to this world, they come here to perform a duty and responsibility. So they call them Marinet. So they were not involved in nothing. The same tradition you saw, everything you saw that the church is doing of today, or the system of the Catholic system or the church, they are literally copy the ancient empire system, and they created the little sector out of it. And now today we are a generation that's born later. We don't remember nothing and know nothing. We think this is something they create. So let me give a special shout out here. I just saw one of my sisters that's in the live. Shout out to Sunlight, my beautiful sister. Appreciate you, gorgeous. I love you, and I hope you are right with the family. Jack, appreciate you. Okay, so when Marinet is one known, is a spirit that is very feared. That spirit is known to be one of the most feared spirit in the Voodoo pantheon. A lot of people, a lot of houses, or a lot of Voodoo temple, they do not serve this spirit. I mean, I don't say they don't have it, but she is known to be fearful because a lot of family members that inherit this spirit, they break the vow, they break the code, they break the law, or they break the conditions. Okay, they break the contract. And that spirit is not a playful spirit, because this is a war spirit. This is a warrior spirit. She is known to bring retributions, and she will not forgive nobody. Now, this spirit, once again, this is as a warrior. That spirit was known for war, protection, and also see what's coming. Okay, this is a fiery spirit, and this is why our indigenous ancestors always got a bonfire. They dance around that fire. This is her cultural practicing, okay? When they show you today, people dancing around the bonfire, this is her way. This is her traditional practice about this spirit. And in Haiti, a lot of family members, when your children is born, this is how you get baptized. Before we get baptized today in church, and as you know, you bring your children to put, to get a little water in their heads, and this is different. The real baptized in Haiti, or indigenous tradition, is to have a bonfire and took that children and make sure you swing the baby in that fire. They did that to me. I remember that fine and perfectly remember. This is a Marinet tradition. She baptized those children to make sure they balance the frequency of their soul, because your soul is a burning fire inside of you. So therefore, she got to balance your soul to make sure you're not off track, to make sure that whoever around trying to manipulate, because there's a lot of demonic forces around us. You don't know it, you can see it, but they have to balance your forces. So guess what? Look at the middle. You see the little middle part of this veve? That is your soul. Look at the middle part. You see it look like a little frequency. It look like little S's, it look like electricity. That is what your soul is. This veve symbolize so many things. Next time I come in, I would explain this veve even more. That is your soul. Okay, your soul is it called solar soul. That means the same essence of the sun is inside of you. So it's a burning fire, and burning fire that mixed with sound. So again, the sound is the drum, and the burning fire is the frequency you accumulate. So again, everybody remember in Haiti growing up, because it's not a lot of people have that chance to be able to have family members that know and also enforce the practice. They will take the kids and swing them on fire, and that is baptized. That's how you baptize in the true indigenous in the voodoo format, with the fire. And the next thing they do also is to make your children, now remember, they make me do circle around that bonfire, because circle mean you are connected with the sequence of the universe. Okay. So again, I remember they had me doing some circle walking. I think I was probably 4. I remember I was 4 going to 5 when they did this. But the number 4 is very important for a lot of people that don't understand. 4 mean crossroads. Okay, this is why if you're looking at the sun, if you're looking at the top with the sun, you saw that's 4. It looked like a crossroad. 4 is a very vital time to your children. Okay, 4 years old and 7 years old is very remarkable time. If you have kids, when they turn 4 and when they turn 7, this is a very, very remarkable timeline for spiritual timetable, periodic timetable for your kids. So again, I remember that perfectly, and this was done as a form to make sure that I was not only protected, to not being manipulated, to not being off track to my spiritual journey. So the person that I become today, all of this was had to do with my upbringing of what was done to me as a child spiritually, that lead me to the person that I am today. Because my journey, I'm not alone. My journey, I'm always have help. I'm always got ancestors around. I'm always been guided, and I'm always been protected for this. And all of this has to do with the culture that they teach us to be afraid of, the culture that they want us to run away from. I mean, trust me, this is a new day. The reason why they'd be successful is because of fear. They make us afraid of things that we don't understand. The reason why we afraid, Jordan, appreciate you. The reason why we like this is because of ignorance. We are afraid of what we don't know. And if you don't know nothing, then you bound to be able to make mistake or not even give it a try, because Hollywood did a good job of creating so much fear within the knowledge, so much fear within the science. You don't even bat an eye to it. And also people from the church, the fear mongering, because the church is the biggest adversary of the church is voodoo. And the church they don't lose no sleep. The Rich Tween, appreciate you, Rich. They don't lose sleep over attacking anything that has to do with the traditional science of our indigenous ancestors that call today voodoo, but the real name is Zemi Yaya. Okay, the Zemi Yaya, the name you find with Zemi also means Zami, mean friend. This is our friends. This is our family members, traditions. But that's the thing. It's the propaganda against it to make you afraid. But I understand. But in this rhythm and this science that you're looking at here right now, this is the science of protection, science of war, and science of retribution. So this is what she were known for. These women were known as soldiers. These women are known as protectors. And these women is known as what we consider seers. Okay. Now, this practice in this indigenous format, I remember when my aunt was possessed by this spirit, they have to put, I use this picture here, but this is not how it happens. I'm just showing you this. But when this happened to my aunt, I remember when she possessed by this spirit, at first, in order for this spirit to balance herself to someone's body, that spirit have to walk on fire. So they have to put fire on the burning woods, or they call it charbon. That's burning charcoal they put on the floor. She have to stomp on these charcoal. She have to walk on it in order to feel the human body moment. So every time a spirit possess someone, each of these spirits, they have to merge. They have to synchronize with the human experience. So certain things, that the first thing they have to do is to make sure that if they don't damage the body, but also trying to understand, okay, if it's working, if they're merging emergence, it's really working. So for her, when she come in possession, she have to be around severe fire. She either stump on fire or stand on the fire to let you know, okay, this is the supernatural that you see in here, but also let me test my senses. Let me say it again. When people do this, is the spirit that take over their body, trying to see if the senses is pretty much called the setting. The human body setting is being adjust to see if they adjust properly within the human setting. That's why they do some insane shit. It's not something to make you afraid, but it's just trying to adjust their presence within the body, because your body is a suit. So when they jump inside of the suit, they have to fix the setting to know if it's okay, if they properly merge. That's why you find a lot of time when people possessed by some spirits, they can't even talk. You find they making sound like ooh, ew. It's because the setting is not properly done. So when the spirit come in, the vocal setting is not adjusting. So for that reason, they couldn't properly express themselves or not fully engaging. So for that, they might do some shit that kind of extreme measures just to try to reset the proper setting that is blocking them to express themselves fully based to what your body been adjusted to. So I witnessed these things. I've been around, and I myself I have the ability. I have several spirits I work with that I get to possession. I remember when my first possession happens, I always say this. It was a spirit that called Kafu, and this is a spirit that known for protecting humanity from demonic forces. So he's a guardian, but he's a guardian that guards demons. Put it this way. This is a spirit that guard demons. Okay. As Papa Legba guard the gates, he is the guard of the demons. So again, when this happens to me, the first thing that I noticed is that my body was very like out of touch, because something, foreign was getting in there. So my senses was a bit like, imagine that you feel like you see everything, but you lose in sight at the same time. You feel like a glimmer. But the most important part about this is the body frequency. I have major cramps. Both of my entire body parts with my legs and arms is major cramps, because I couldn't move them. So they were very stuck like this. And when I get possessed by the spirit, I usually get major cramps, because when this energy jump on you, this energy don't fully operate your body, because these things, like, I don't like doing it. I'm being honest. That's my personal experience, because I understand what they do. And people take this shit for granted, and they talk about calling upon spirit every time, and I laugh at them because they have no idea what they're messing around with. But unfortunately for most of them, they are not even dealing with real guardian spirit, what you call the Loa. There's a difference between the Loa, and there's a difference between spirits. Spirits is everywhere. Everything that exists have spirit. So there's a lot of spirits that's manipulating people these days, and people think they are Loa, and they are not. These are spirit manipulating people to do dirty shit for them. But the Loa are guardians, and the only time you call upon these Loa is for ceremonial purposes, and these ceremonial purposes should not be able to be done a whole lot. These are very rare moments. You don't call them unless it's for a major reason, because whoever that's being possessed by this spirit, just know you are sacrifice your life when they come to you. Let me say it again. This is why I don't like it, because I understand if I'm being possessed by a spirit right now, my lifespan is being shortened. So if I was supposed to live 105 years old, if I call upon a spirit, they just remove about 6 months out of my life. Pretty much they reducing my life force, because these are insane amount of energy. When they jump on you, they drain your own life force. So the more you call them, the more your lifespan is shortened. So again, this is why I don't deal with these things like that. But people have no idea. They think this shit is a game. That's why you will find the majority of Ugin or Mumbo, those that do a lot of work, that call upon a lot of spirit, they most likely never live long. You will find their lifespan is insanely short, okay? So they don't have a long life. Their life is always cut short because they exceed their life, okay? So don't play with this shit. This is a divine intervention. This is a divine practice. We were never meant to keep calling them for shit that we ourselves could fix. So I've seen people trying to call spirit for the dumbest shit you can imagine, when in reality, most of our problem is a physical problem. There's no way I should be calling the spirit to try to unalive somebody because somebody have things that I don't have. And you find people that do that. And that's why these folks, they keep watching their whole family members unalive in front of them, because they are calling upon spirit for the dumbest shit that have nothing to do with the betterment of humanity. Why would I call upon the spirit because somebody out there doing good and I'm jealous, I'm trying to stop that person? See, all of this is coming back to you. You literally bargain with your own life, but you don't know that. The energy that you use to call spirit to destroy the next person, that is the currency that's going to catch against your ass. And that because you put that energy, and that energy going to have to use it against you. That means what you put out, come back to recollect. And this is, you find people do that. Because again, I want people to let people know, when you're dealing with the spirit, you call the Loa. Remember, they are guardians. They are our guide. They follow our orders. That's the difference. Now, they are here to serve us. Let me be clear again. They are here to serve us, not the other way around. Now, in modern time, you find in voodoo, people see these spirits as their God. This is why voodoo is corrupt these days, because people saw these spirits as God. They are not God. They are guardians. They are ancestors. Their job is to help you, to help us move to the version, to the best version we deserving to be, or to be in the light of the ancestors. That's why they are here. And this is why you find a lot of spirits, like I said, a lot of spirits, not law, a lot of spirit masquerade as law, pretend to be as law, to be worshipped. And they now, when you said worship, we volunteer to give out energy. Every time you say worship, that means you freely give energy to something. And that's what worship is. And because a lot give out energy, every time you say worship, that means you freely give energy to something. And that's what worship is. And because a lot of us, we don't know what we're doing, we volunteer to worship something that we want to call spirit or law, but in reality, these are demons that is hiding as spirits or hiding as law. They are collecting these energies and they are being gods against us. We don't even know, because we chose to give them energy without proper knowledge and proper notice. And they are orchestrated this misery that we are in, because the more we pray them, the more misery they give us. And that's how they stay in power. Because if you're in misery, you're going to reach out to them even more. So they using their tactics against us. And a lot of us don't even know, because this knowledge been, confiscated and refabricated and hide, and also make us afraid of what we are. So this is the Marinet you're looking at here. I remember when my aunt was possessed by the spirit, like I was saying, she walk on, to test when their spirit come. Each spirit, when they first come in possessions, they usually do something to adjust their condition into our world. So when she comes, she walk on fire. Okay, she walk on fire, or one of her food is rice and bean, red bean. Okay. So all my brothers and sisters in the Caribbeans and even here in the mainland, you love you some rice and red beans, okay? Rice and peas, if you want to call it, red beans. That's a food that she like. Usually when she come in, she will put her hands in the pot, okay? And start to, listen, the pot is so freaking, the food is in the fire. She'll put her hands inside of the food pot, take the food, and start to give people in a piece of, palm, a banana palm cut. They'll put the rice in there, or give it to you in your hand. Put her hands inside of the pot. I'm talking about, this shit is, man, you have no idea. Shit that will make you like, how the fuck? Like, yeah, that just to prove to you the difference between frequency. Now, in your eyes, you would have feel like, well, if you go do it right now, your whole hand's gonna freaking be burned, 30-degree burn. But it didn't burn that spirit, because the spirit is operating a different frequency. When you possessed by the spirit brings its own analogy, own anatomy. When the spirit possess your body, the whole frequency changed, because they got their own frequency. So when that frequency come to you, it changed the whole physiology or whole spectrum of reality. And this is why certain things to your eyes, you like how they done it is because they're not operating the same holographic frequency. So again, the wall that you see, when you touch that wall, it's a solid because that's a frequency that determined that's how solid should behave. That is the same thing when these spirit comes here, what you call burning. This is how you define the physical holographic existence to your liking or to your adjustment. But the world they came from, their frequency bypassed that physiology adaptation. So that's why when they do certain things, you like how, but it's because what's operating is not operating the same frequency as we do as mortal. And that's why we call these supernaturals. So again, that's how she usually do. And also, when she comes, they don't want to have children around. That's the spirit when every single time she's in possession, children is not allowed to be around because of they don't want those children to be afraid of what's happening. Because again, my mom have I have a mark, okay? My mom have a birthmark that she passed that birthmark to me. And her mom told her she get this mark. She remember her great-grandmother was actually have a feast for this spirit. And she was a kid at that time. She witnessed her great-grandmother was walking on fire. She was afraid. Like she was shocked seeing it. Just because she was shocked, the moment she saw it, then she suffered a burn. So this is pretty much what was given as a legend. This is what they've been saying. Now, I don't know. This is urban legend, but I have the burning mark on my foot, and my mom passed that knowledge to me. Shout out to you, Contro. My mom passed that knowledge to me. That's why they don't have children when they have that ceremony, because if the children got shot or pretty much like find out something, they like shocked seeing someone walking on fire, that children gonna get burned on their foot. Everything they witness the spirit doing, if they shocked from seeing it, they're gonna carry the burning from what they saw. So again, it proved to you frequency is a wireless situation. Let me say it again. It proved to you that frequency is still a wireless. That means what we call Tataria, everything is connected. It proved to you that everything is connected within your eyes. You still can attract what you see within your eyes. So again, my mom got the birthmark. I had it right there on my foot. And even I was not there, my mom still carried that birthmark and gave birth to me with the same mark on her foot that her mother have and passed down to generations later. So a lot of us walking around with birthmarks, we call them birthmarks, but we don't know this is a spiritual marker that we inherit from ancient practice, ancient ancestors, but we don't know absolutely nothing because we were born in a time of what we call captivities. We were born in a time of great persecution, and we don't know nothing, and we suffer from this great consequences, man. Okay? So you said you got a birthmark in your right eyes. Yes, I got a birthmark on my left eye myself, okay? I got a birthmark too. So inside of my eye. So this supposed to be the eye that can see through shit. So they usually said children that born with this eye would be able to sense and see supernatural. So whoever have a birthmark, I'm gonna tell you that if you see you got a mark inside of your eye, you born with it, you most likely can sense the supernatural, okay? So pretty much if you saw that left eye is palpitating or just shaking, it's because you're in the presence of something that is more than a human presence, okay? And also, you'll be able to see what's coming to people. If you have that eye, you most likely can't feel what's going to happen to people. So again, these are spiritual eyes, and they mark it. And in today's, timeline in anime, they call it the Sharingan, okay? They call it the Sharingan, okay? The Uchiha, okay? But anyway, man, time is at the essence. I can't believe I got to go, guys. I got to run. I don't have much time, but I'm coming back, okay? I'm coming back around 7. 7 or 6, I'm coming back. All right? I got to run. I'm going to come back with the same knowledge. I'm going to release it. The reason why I have to go, I have to finish the documentary. I'm almost done. I'm about to finish it to release it later on today. So when I'm back, it's going to be released. And also, we're going to continue this knowledge here, okay? So I'm going to catch you guys later. Sorry, guys. I'm going to come back. I just got to go. Man, I miss y'all, man, okay? I'm coming back. I just got to go, man. Got to run some errand. It's going to be fast.